welcome back to Metroid Prime.
It's the Muppet Show with our special guest, Samus Aran. Yay!
Oh, geez.
And as a cute little nod, it's time for some old Chozo bowling.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
It's a didn't they? It's a. I think that's supposed to be a reference to Super Metroid.
It's more so. It's less of a reference and more of a parody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, consider the fact, like, normally whenever you hop on these Chozo statues, they usually give you a power up or heal you or anything.
Super Metroid, they carry you.
But in this game's case, no, they just send you out bowling.
I'm a truckster.
Basically, yes.
I just want to do one more Muppets thing before it dies out. Looks like Samus is on a roll now. Waka waka.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, so
okay, before we continue on with this commentary, John, you had something you wanted to discuss, even though it's not entirely relevant to Metroid.
It was a conversation we were having earlier.
Yeah. Basically, what I wanted to talk about real quick was, by the time the game comes out, by the time this video gets released, the game will probably be out. But there was a bit of, but for those who never heard of this controversy, basically what's happening right now is that there is a person who decided that it would be a good idea to go to the distribution center for Kingdom Hearts 3 and essentially steal supposedly a total of 30 copies of the game.
Yikes!
And he decided to sell them for $100 a pop.
Devil damn.
Which that is I'm sorry, this is different from leaking. That is just outright robbery.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is not just like scalping where like you buy a bunch of tickets and then you buy. No, this is actually someone stealing property of Square Enix's and whatever that distributor was.
Yeah.
And selling it to people. That is outright. That is worse than piracy.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's like. And I do
piracy involves that he was just giving away for free. This is, what would you call this?
Highway robbery.
Trafficking.
In a way.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, you're right.
What would you call it? It's because scalping implies that he bought it when everyone else did. He just bought more so than everyone else and was giving it to you at a higher price, and you had no other option.
Piracy involved.
No,
it's not
piracy.
Plagiarism.
Well, piracy would make the most sense.
But piracy implies that he's giving it away for free. Also, the ice beam. That was
finally.
The only thing I think of is stealing. Just straight up stealing.
Yeah, that's it, basically.
Well, bottom line, it's scummy, and I do want to have a joke on top of that, but before I say it, I'll let John continue his story.
Continue the story. Real quick, I'll just say the ice beam, you use it for ice power-ups, and as you can imagine, it freezes things and is your best fight against Metroids.
I don't think it works the exact same way as the two. Does it work in the same way in the 2D Metroid games, where if you shoot an enemy, you can literally use them as a platform?
I don't believe so. Only because nothing in this game is really a good platform shape.
That is true. Like, last thing I would expect you to do is literally use it against like one of those spiky grunts and then just jump on them.
Nah, it's like, ow, my foot. Okay, back. Go ahead.
Just one more thing. I just noticed, like, you know how it has like the little hand signals to differentiate the different freezes? I love how for the ice one, she's basically doing the demon horns.
Rock on.
Ooh, freebie.
All right. So back to you, John.
So, anyway, what I was going to say was, this is just my personal opinion, but the story of all things gets really funny at this point, because what happened was...
Wait, you mean Kingdom Hearts or this epidemic?
Like the Kingdom Hearts thing, because the reason why I think it gets funny is because the way how the guy did it is the dumbest way possible that you can.
Try to keep covert about this.
Yeah, what he did was that he went to distribute the game, the 30 copies that he got. He went to the Facebook market in order to do it, and he used his real name.
Wow.
So now everybody knows it was him. Everyone knows he has committed a crime.
Yep.
Was he arrested for it?
If he hasn't been arrested yet, he's about to be.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm actually curious. I'm going to look up that. I want to learn about that saga. Now, anyway, what I'm doing is I'm actually about to go get an actual artifact finally. But in order to get to it, I need to get back into that room where I fought Flagra. So I need to find the runes in this place, which require super missiles.
Oh, the one.
Don't you just miss how it was in the original, like in some of the original Metroid games where they were just their own separate ammo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or instead of, or kind of like in Fusion where they outright replaced regular missiles. God,
Sorry, I'm reading the story. Let me see here. According to the seller, so apparently 10 copies of the game were sold to buyers in offline deals.
Mm-hmm.
As for the person okay, so get this. Are you ready?
Ready.
Yep.
As for the person responsible, their Facebook profile apparently claimed both that. So apparently the Facebook profile. I don't even know if it's a joke, but the person claimed that he worked in the mob and was involved in selling drugs. Which, why would you have this on your Facebook profile?
Yeah, that seems suspicious.
But
unless it's part of a joke, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't seem to find. So the theft had to have occurred at the distribution level and will likely have serious consequences. Never mind the felonies of the thief himself, if they can find it. I'm trying to see if I can find what it is. I'm really trying to find out like what happened to him. What happened to? Oh yeah, so we just have to fight 3 of these suckers. So good luck.
Well, Godspeed.
basically,
So apparently, one thing I just learned from this whole leak thing is that Stitch is a summon again. But I mean, that's fine.
Oh, go figure. I think they already did enough with him in what was it? Birth by Sleep.
2. Oh, Birth by Sleep. Okay, the guy was in that.
I will say real quick. I know that the game will probably be out by the time this gets released.
Oh yeah,
but,
so for all we know, like the guy will be arrested by.
Yeah, but at the same time, I just want to say hi, Samus. I want to say that the to try to limit whatever that we to try to limit what we say, because even though the game will be out, it'll probably be like day 1 or 2 of the game being released.
I don't know. It'll probably take longer than that before these parts are out.
Spoilers. I think Disney may be involved somewhere.
Of course.
So apparently, it was a production facility in North Carolina.
Huh.
Dang, I was hoping it was Mexico.
But I will say, very smart that the secret movie and the game's epilogue are not in the base game.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are going to be part of it. That it's going to be a day 1 patch after the game is released publicly.
Wow, the one time where that business practice actually helped out in the long run.
And it's funny because I remember when Nomura made that announcement on his Twitter,
There we go.
and I made this joke about how like every leaker in existence sees that post and they all just simultaneously went,
Fuck!
Shoot, that was the one. But yeah, just overall, genuinely a smart decision to actually do that. Like it's like okay, this was kind of dumb, but like okay, not dumb. It was very elaborate. So the Cloverfield movie, you guys remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
no.
Vaguely.
You really don't remember the Cloverfield movie?
I know of its name, but I've never seen it.
The only reason
I
why
think a friend of mine did watch a little bit of it way back when.
the only reason why I know I remember Cloverfield is because one of them was released on my birthday.
Wow. Was it the first or the second one?
I think it was the first one. Whichever one got released on January 18th.
Okay, I think maybe the first one. Anyway, so yeah, we're back, and as you can see, we're back in the pirate facility to get back to that container that was made of cordite I showed off earlier. Because who would have thunk that inside this little cordite thingy was missiles? It kind of seems like a waste. I just spent 5 missiles to get 5 missiles.
How anticlimactic.
Anywho's, so the Cloverfield movie, I guess, had this weird like production idea where literally the original movie was actually split into 7 chunks and spread across the world so that no one person would ever have the complete movie.
Huh.
It's really odd.
That is
moving
odd.
forward. I mean,
Is there like is there an extended cut of the movie out there?
No. I mean, maybe a director's cut, maybe. I remember the Blu-ray actually had this really fun idea where while you're watching the movie, the Blu-ray had this optional playback thing where while you're watching the movie, there is an active radar and map that can show you at any point in time where the army, where the kids filming, and where the monster itself were during the movie. Huh. Just because, everything's filmed in that first-person perspective, it's hard to, get a grip on where things are, like, physically.
Interesting.
Actually,
It's an alright. I think it's an alright movie. It's kind of like a cult classic kind of thing. I think.
since we're talking about movies and it's also related to the topic of preventing spoilers, I'm just reminded back to when before.
Huh?
Oh boy,
Heck is that?
it's a baby tune.
Okay, please,
Yeah.
please.
Oh God, you're
gosh,
right.
oh, gosh.
It is a baby fan tune.
So, oh crap! I hit him with the wave beam. Okay.
Oops.
And missile. There we go. Ice beam and missile. So that was our first interaction with a new thing that is kind of retconned in Metroid 2 onwards. That is a Hunter Metroid. They are Metroids that have an extended. They have they can actually latch onto. Can actually suck your energy from afar now.
Ooh.
So that's why you want to immediately again ice beam missile works every time. Sorry, back to you, Hype.
Anyway, just since we're talking about like movies trying to prevent spoilers, one thing I distinctly remember was before Avengers Infinity War came out, I remember that they actually went and whenever they showed movies, they actually pretty much altered all of the scenes that they would show off before the movie so that they're basically nothing like how they are in the final film. Like, for example, there's a one shot where it shows like during Wakanda where it shows like a group where it shows like them all like charging forward to fight the aliens, and all the promo stuff it had Hulk running with them, but in the final film Hulk's not there at all. It's just Bruce and Hulkbuster. Like, they had like a bunch of stuff like that to help keep as many secrets from Infinity War as possible, and I really appreciate when films try to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Helps keep your mind racing.
Gold.
Ouch.
You know, in a way, it kind of makes me think back to, like, in a way, it makes me think back to the whole story behind, well, Xander Momus and his role with Smash Brothers, where basically he was asked to pretty much name just about anything, like everything that was on the list, even characters that weren't even going to be in the game, period.
Sans. What?
You know what? I wonder if he ever did went and like share the list of characters that he voiced that ended up not being in the game. You know, just
I feel
Probably
like
not.
Well, okay. Well, I would say this: after this character pass is done, if he released that, I think it'd be okay.
That would be fair.
He has to wait until all 5 characters are announced. Otherwise, like any lead is not a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Just, I can imagine, like, any other character that he probably could have said, like, say,
Crash Bandicoot.
Lemmings!
Now you're just gosh dang it. Now I want that. Now I want that to be no, not Lemmings. No, sorry, screw you, James. No. I was saying I want that now, James. I want that now. Hype. Where like we had him sing the Pokemon theme in his announcer voice. I want him to sing the original Crash Bandicoot intro song.
Crash Bandicoot. If Cortex isn't beaten, he'll reign absolute.
Crash Bandicoot. Now go buy all our games, so we'll make lots of loot.
You know what?
Or
Now
tell your friends to buy our games, so we'll make lots
now
of
you
loot.
have unleashed a thing, Logan. Now I'm just trying to think of like Kirby. That's the name you should know.
Oh, God, no.
Anyway, this whole area sucks because of this water, and it's all like that's the other thing. Not only is your movement impaired, but like your visibility is even impaired.
Up until now.
Come on,
Welcome.
Get it.
Once again, it's back, and it didn't take us all of the game in Zero Mission to get it. Rocket.
It's like it wasn't originally meant from the original Metroid in the first place.
Did it start in the second game?
It started with Metroid, Super Metroid.
Welcome to my favorite color suit in this game because it looks awesome. Gravity suit.
Ooh. Purple. Yellow kind of sticks out though.
Yeah, I love it. It's got a little yellow tongue.
I think either the original idea or what they pretty much do nowadays is like the yellow is actually more like a bluish color. Mm-hmm. Just so it doesn't stick out quite as much.
So here, our visibility is now improved, and yes, we can move in water freely.
Ah, sweet Nirvana.
So refreshing, actually. Like really.
So refreshing.
Buy Gatorade.
Subway, eat fresh.
Sponsored by my
Bugs
phone
Bunny.
number. Wait, what?
Wait, what? Really, guys?
Pull my finger.
No, do it. I'm watching and waiting. I don't know, but yeah, it'd be funny. He's done stuff though, hasn't he? Like again, heck, he voices Joker.
Icky.
What?
I thought you called John Icky.
No, I'm saying he has voiced in other things though. He's voiced Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's voiced Joker. I'm trying to remember. There's one other thing he's done. I wish I could just remember the name of it.
Do you remember where it came from?
You know what? I don't even remember that.
Honestly, up until Smash Brothers, honestly, I can't think of anyone who really knew who Xander Momus was.
Me neither.
Yeah.
See, is there a voice actor that you like that you don't think gets enough credit from other people? Oof.
Hype?
Oh, I thought he was asking Sealy
I was saying
first.
Sealy.
What?
Okay.
Is there a voice actor that you like that you don't think people get enough credit?
I can't think of one off the top of my head if I had a minute to think about it.
Oh.
How about you, Hype?
Well, one that immediately comes to mind. Okay, scratch that. Two that immediately come to mind are Reno Romano and Duran Norris.
Oh, yes, I agree with you, Duran Norris.
He's cool. What has he done against Sealy?
Well, he did Ray in the English dub of Fist of the North Star.
And he's
That
also
is true.
Cosmo and Jorgen von Strangle.
Oh, right. He has a good range.
My name is Ray. Ray of the Nundas Shokan School.
Speaking of characters with disturbingly good range, who's the guy that voiced Doug Dimmadome again? You betcha.
Oh, that's Jim Ward.
Jim Ward. Okay, well,
He's Captain Quark, by the way.
Captain
Not
Quark,
right.
Yeah, Captain Quark, Doug Dimmadome,
Oh.
You betcha, and of all things, Jack Krauser from Resident Evil.
And this is Phazon. And
There it
it
is.
is so potent that even in this small dosage, and I guess the Space Pirates have been experimenting with it, because of course they are going to. Even in this small state, if I got close to that, my radiation thing would go off the charts, and I would take damage from that.
Yeah, don't touch.
Touch.
Very bad touch.
No, I can just imagine it now.
I have
I can-
to touch you.
Hey! But no, I can just imagine like a complete reversal. There's like, touch. Oh!
Why did anyone tell me not to touch? It's like, gosh dang it. Whoa.
Damn it,
This guy's
Patrick.
limping. Oh, jeez.
Oh. I see
sorry
why.
to freaking eviscerate you guys like that, but you
Guess
kind
the
of...
Phazon really got. Guess all that Phazon really got to him.
Well, basically, remember when we kind of blew up that ship?
Right.
This is where the ship ended. Oh, my God. Morph ball here, don't I?
Oh, damn it! It's all in the way.
Excuse
Oh, actually,
me.
I just remembered, since we were
Oh,
referencing
do I-
SpongeBob, that's another actor that I think could use a little bit more recognition. Roger Bumpus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what else he's done though besides Squidward.
Me
Well,
neither.
I do know he's Dr. Light in the original Teen Titans.
Huh.
And
do
what's
it.
funny is
so
that,
welcome
like,
to
if
the
you listen...
so welcome to the ruins of the Frigate Orphean.
All I was going to say is that if you listen to his Dr. Light, you could never tell that it was Squidward.
Wait, what's his name?
In
Roger
Teen
Bumpus.
Titans- Yeah, Roger Bumpus.
No. What's the character he voices?
Dr. Light, he's the guy in the black and white suit. He has like those light energy powers, and he has this very deep, boisterous voice.
Well, now I know I'm never gonna see him as. Like I understand it's probably a common name. At the same time, when I ever think of Dr. Light, I only think of one, and he sounds
Right.
like this.
Well, yes, of course. I do too.
Oh, that's funny. It's like
SpongeBob. If we find that energy source, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
what's funny is that like it's funny that like he's Squidward, but if you listen to the voice he uses for Dr. Light, it almost kind of sounds like something that'd be fitting for Plankton.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Hey, like if we didn't have whatever, I forget who the actor for Plankton is, but like, well, if he
Doug
wasn't there,
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Doug, if we didn't have Doug Lawrence, then well, there you have it, just another character for this one actor. And
Whoops.
damn it, now that you make that joke earlier, I just think to myself, when we find that meteor, SpongeBob, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
Hope you like the
Wowie.
Hope you like seeing Samus's eyes, because in here the missiles reflect a lot.
Yeah. In a way, it's pretty, uncanny like that.
It's somewhat unsettling.
Yes, it is. It's like they're staring into my soul.
And like I said in another part, Logan, have fun with seeing her eyes in 3 because you are going to be seeing them a lot.
I bet.
And you will be scared shitless.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
and just going back to like, James was making the joke of Squidward as Dr. Light. That reminds me of this one video that MASH did where it's like the SpongeBob characters reenacting Infinity War, because there's a joke about how like Stark calls Ebony Maw Squidward, and it has like Squidward being Ebony Maw, like quoting him. It's like, I don't think your head was in it, Squidward. That's because it wasn't, SpongeBob. And then suddenly cuts to Plankton with the Infinity Gauntlet, and when he does the snapshot, it just turns everyone into Krabby Patties.
I know it. Also, Welcome to the Forget Orphean has really nice music.
I was actually going to say, like, this is honestly one of the most breathtaking pieces in the entire soundtrack.
But my gosh, is navigating this place a pain.
I can imagine.
Yeah, seriously.
Because there's they play with a lot of verticality in this, because you're underwater and stuff, and
that one time you wish Samus could swim.
The next room especially, because that's the other thing as you noticed. It plays with big, wide open areas that all look the same, especially when you have the thermal visor on, and you need the thermal visor on because you have to start finding those power points again. Not those power points, the other power points. So, join us in which we're going to be a deep sea divers.
Oh boy. Till next time, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
As the Samus breaches on the ocean floor.